Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're checking out the A9 Plus. This tablet just came out over here in Australia and it is the upgraded version of the A8. Now I've been using the A8, should really publish a review. I'll publish one soon for about a year now. And I've upgraded to the A9 Plus purely for one reason, and that is I wanted a bit more oomph, I wanted a bit more performance. And that's what I'm gonna jump to right now. So I use this app called Reolink, the security cameras. And one problem I have with the A8 is that it always lags behind when I put it on high quality. So over here, this is how it should be. As you can see, it is very smooth. The leaves are just, the fronds are just blowing in the winds, unobstructed. Number two, this is the A9 Plus. You can see it is fluttering, but there is a stall every few seconds. There's a little pause there, so that's not good. The A8 is the worst one. You can see it's hardly moving. I've got all three devices set up there, and you can see that the A8 is lagging on HD, completely lagging. I'm still coming into the scene. This is a live performance. The S23 Ultra, that's the fastest one. When I move my hand, it raises it, and just a little bit behind is the Tab. It's pretty much very similar. It's just slightly lagging behind by maybe a 0.1 of a second. Whereas this guy, I raise my hand up in the air and it is always behind the show. My hand isn't even up. It's just very, very delayed. Whereas these guys here, I'm gonna lower my hand and they are functioning well. When I put it on Fluent, it's able to work it, everything works fine, all good. When I put it on high quality, it lags behind. This guy right here, I'm on Geekbench, it says it's 3x, almost 3x the performance on GPU. So just look at this GPU score. It's not just it's not 2x faster, it's 2x and a bit. And one thing I did by mistake is I was actually running this tablet in power saving mode, and this tablet isn't on power saving mode. So it's considerably faster, the GPU. Whether you actually feel it in usage, like, I don't feel the difference myself. The only one I feel it is in specifically my 4K viewing application. I'm having maybe mixed feelings. Maybe I should have upgraded and got the S9 FE. That guy not only is faster than these two, it has IP68 rating. So maybe that one is something I should have got, but the price is like, it's more than twice more expensive than the A9 Plus. So the price-wise, A9 Plus is really good. Now, regarding other areas of performance where you might notice a difference, excluding the gaming, I think gaming, maybe the performance will be better on this guy compared to the A8. But like YouTube, for example, I couldn't get 1440p videos running at 2x speed. This is the late Steve Jobs designed yacht, $120 million United States dollars in today's currency, probably worth quarter of. Let's just see. Maybe it's a buffering issue. Yeah, it's just not able to buffer it fast enough at 1440. 1x speed, it can handle them, both of them, but at 2x speed, they both buffer constantly. You can get 2x speed at 1080p, so that's probably good enough. So I'm gonna switch it down to 1080p and see if that still works at 2x speed. I know a lot of people out there love watching videos at 2x speed. That's what I do. I even go a bit faster. So it seems to be working fine at 2x speed when you switch it down to 1080p. So now I've got it running in a little screen over there. Let's see if I can access other applications. So I'll go into my air conditioning. That's cool. I can still access my AC. I'll actually make it a little bit colder in this room and boost up the AC. All right, so I've got now YouTube in the background here in a little window, and I've got the security camera footage running. I can't run high quality on the A8, it just doesn't work. On the A9 here, it is mostly working. There is a little stutter every few seconds, like little dut, but it's not as bad as this guy on high. So generally that's okay. I'm just currently fixing up my green pool. Just ignore that. YouTube's still running, and I got the camera running there. So it's doing something. The YouTube playback doesn't really affect other applications, but yeah, I couldn't really notice much performance difference between them when actually using the applications. One thing, yeah, it does feel a little bit less chuggy when it is overwhelmed, but what I've done with both the devices, I unlocked developer mode and I limited all the background processes and I stopped all the activities to give me as much performance as I can for each application. So you unlock developer mode, developer options. You just go into about tablet and software information, and then you tap build number 10 times until you get developer mode. Now do this at your own risk. I've been using developer mode because I'm a developer all my life, but well, ever since these Android stuff came out. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom, once developer mode is unlocked, you want to go into background process limit, and I've disabled background processes. So this will affect the usage of this tablet. It means like, just say like if you got your Gmail in the background, or if you got like anything running in the background, it won't be able to run. Regarding sound levels, the audio quality does actually sound better. Got YouTube open up, got it on Boat's advice. We're gonna listen to the sound, got it at maximum volume.
Well, today we have right here with me at the Southport Yacht Club. This is the late Steve Jobs designed yacht, 120 million United States dollars. Port Yacht Club. This is the late Steve Jobs designed yacht, 120 million United States dollars.
Battery life, it's hard to tell how much of an improvement there is. It's meant to be a better, smaller size processor, so more efficient, but this tablet is 1 year warning. So a 1 year warning battery, you can't really do a side-by-side comparison. One thing I always do with these tablets is I limit the battery charging to 85%. Battery and device care, tap on battery, right at the bottom there, more battery settings, and enable protect battery, or limit the battery charging to 85%. So if you're mobile, maybe it's not good for you, but it will make the battery last a whole lot longer. The only problem with these devices, these batteries aren't serviceable. So once the battery is gone, you need to do intensive repair. Most people can't do it. You take it to a professional. Whereas if you're on the 85% battery protect mode, it's going to make your battery last a whole lot longer. And the display is also brighter. Let's see. It does look like it's slightly brighter, even though it's on the same brightness levels. So that'll be good for your battery life. Let's make it completely dark. So they're both completely dark now. Now this one looks a little bit brighter to me on maximum darkness. And let's go maximum brightness. This will be good when you're out in the sun. In Australia over here, I found the A8 to be unusable when you're in sun. And you can see there is a bit more nits of brightness. It looks dramatically, maybe 25% brighter. So that is going to be useful to you if you are doing brightness. And I also run both these guys in power saving mode that limits the maximum performance to 70%. I have tried disabling power saving mode, and I found no difference in performance. The applications that stutter no matter what. So power saving mode just gives it a little bit of more edge. There are other slight differences as well. So for example, some applications, even though it's the same OS, all that stuff, some applications just work better on the A9 Plus. For example, Willy Weather, check it out, it's a really good weather app over in Australia. It's based on Aboriginals' term for the weather, Willy, not what you're thinking. Anyway, the application for some reason only works in portrait mode on the 8, but on the A9 Plus, it can work in landscape mode. I think that extra ½ an inch must be the trigger factor. So another weird thing is, even though they are all on the same software version, Android 13, all that kind of stuff, some applications, I don't know why, they take upon themselves to just force themselves to rotate the screen, whereas they work completely fine on the A9 Plus. So that's a bit disappointing. One thing that's good that Samsung do provide is the ability to go inside their Labs project. And inside Labs, you can actually force applications to work in portrait mode when the tablet is in landscape mode. So this allows me to use the Tesla app in landscape mode and my air conditioning app in landscape mode. Because the worst thing I hate when the application forces it into portrait mode and you need to constantly turn off the tablet. Sometimes you just want the tablet locked in to use there and then. So that is a really good feature. Thing to note is some apps out of the box, for example, air conditioning or Tesla, they don't work in portrait mode, but you can get it running. There's a nice little hack they give you. So if you go into settings over here in advanced features and then labs, you can go into landscape view for portrait apps, and there you go, you can force it to run in portrait mode. So that saves you having to always have to turn your phone this way. You can just keep it in one orientation and the apps will run. Outside of that, gotta say, for the price, it is really good. You feel like you're getting yourself a premium piece of kit. You feel it because it looks like a premium kit. Samsung, so just let's appreciate how thin this is. Now I'm just gonna show you my S23 Ultra. It's thinner than the S23 Ultra. So even though this is the cheap A series, it feels very, very premium. Around the bottom here, it looks like, is that magnetic charging points? That's the speakers. And you can even get, is that SIM? Oh no, must be micro SD upgrade, because I didn't get the version with a SIM. At least I hope it didn't. Be cool if I did by accident. Just like that, micro SD. The only thing that's lagging is the performance. So maybe next year's version, hopefully with improved performance there, that will be a great tablet to get. This one, I'd say it's on the mid level. And the S9 FE, that'll probably be high grade tier. Obviously, these guys aren't going to be as fast as the most premium tablets out there. I'm talking about an iPad Pro and all that stuff. But for the use cases that I use this stuff in, you're not going to feel the difference once the performance gets to a certain level. So maybe next year's version will be as good as a 2-year-old iPad Pro. And that will be a great tablet to get. Regarding RF, I did do a test and the levels were extremely low. So that's really good. Knowing that, perfect. So I'm running the speed test now. This is going to hammer the Wi-Fi with as much as it can. And it's still on microwatts right here. Uploading, there it is. Now it's doing milliwatts. I saw it shoot up to 2 milliwatts, which is about as much as a sensible pair of headphones release, 2 milliwatts. If you compare it to something crazy like AirPods Pro.
I'm right next to the microwave and look at it, 300 to 400 milliwatts per meter squared.
All right, there you go. Right there, 450 milliwatts meter squared. So this is a good result for this tablet. But overall, I've got to say, it's a nice, beautiful looking tablet. One thing to just be aware of, it's not IP68 resistant like the S9 FE. So just keep it away from water and dust. This is for something, well, my plan for this guy to use long term is to have it on the wall, on a console, so I can just access like my air conditioning and all that kind of applications, Tesla, see what that is up to, kind of like a smart home controller pad. So I've got 2 of these, one's for downstairs, one's for upstairs, or vice versa. And I'm tempted by the S9 FE. I'm thinking about that one because I also like performance, but I also don't like spending money when I don't need to. It's just ridiculous, the pricing. To get a slightly more competent tablet is just more than double the price. So just get used to the world of consumerism. This isn't as bad as designers try to charge you for a t-shirt with I got this from Kmart. This was cheap. This is on reduced, so I'm not paying for the brand. It's actually cheaper than a plain t-shirt. That's why I'm wearing this. But most designer stuff, the pricing is just insane. So I do love the performance you're getting out of this. I'm pretty happy with this tablet. Thinking about the S9 FE, but generally it is a great tablet to get. One extra tip out there. I tried to use Samsung Kids. It's an application that comes with the tablet and it locks out your tablet, makes you only be able to play the games. Even if you restart the tablet, you're still locked into that mode. The only problem is I never had internet connection when I used it. And for some reason, I just couldn't get out of that application. Even though I typed in the right pin, it just kept on exiting back into Samsung Kids. So if you ever run into that situation, what you have to do, you have to restart the device into safe mode. So you get to the power screen, you long press it, and then you hold down the power button, and then it says it's going to reset in safe mode. And then you can uninstall Samsung Kids and never use it again. All right, guys, so this was a quick review, roundup, real life review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 Plus. I'm going to say one thing I did not mention. You get a charger in the A8. You no longer get a charger in the A9. That's why the box is slimmer. But let me know what tablets you guys are using. Hope you guys found this video useful and enjoyed the show.